I made a mistake with my driver setup. For a while, I had been using the Callaway Paradym and of course the Mizuno 9.5 degrees you can see here. It was probably one of the best clubs I had in my bag, the Callaway Paradym that I have back over here on my left. I was hitting it long, I was keeping it in play, and I had a lot of confidence standing over the ball. Then I started trying out other drivers. I tried the Callaway AI Smoke, actually, to be honest, as an upgrade. And after that, of course, I moved into that Mizuno you saw there. And neither of them really gave me the same confidence at all. With AI Smoke especially, I started seeing a miss that I really didn't like and didn't even have before. It's same thing with the Mizuno. The ball was leaking terribly right. And looking back at some of my older footage with the Paradym and looking, of course, at this new footage here we have with some launch monitor action going on with the driver here. This is the Paradym. I was hitting drives, just bombing them so good. Straight over the bunker, as you can see, pretty much straight down the middle, a little bit of a fade here with the Paradym, and I was just hitting some really good shots. The rest of my game was starting to improve too. My irons were getting better, followed by this really good shot here. I went straight down the middle, and of course followed by a really good iron shot. And I was starting to become a much more consistent golfer overall. So eventually I started asking myself a simple question. What did I change the driver that was already, why did I change the driver that was already working? That brought me back to the Paradym driver here, as you can see, and me, of course, hitting more balls. And as you can see here, this was actually a clip with the AI Smoke. I actually sliced it right, and it went into the trees. I think I did manage to find that ball, but it was just a terrible miss. And of course, we're back here with the 10.5 degree Paradym head, smashing it on the range, and I've never felt better and more confident like I did before. And I knew going back to that would give me that confidence. I am almost immediately started seeing the same ball flight I remembered, higher launch, straighter shots, and most importantly, a lot more confidence. And that's a lot when it comes to the, of course, the game of golf. During this range session, I was hitting drive after drive, staying online. And when I checked the impact tape, it was a lot of the strikes were coming straight down the middle. By the way, the impact tape is part of another video we're going to be doing. I've got coming up with testing a few golf training aids. So if you want to see a full test, keep your eye out for that video. Remember to like and subscribe. But for the driver test, the tape gave me a really good look. There's also a link down in the description if you guys want to try out this tape. Contact was very centered, the launch was strong, and the ball flight was exactly what I wanted to see again. Even when I really went after one and didn't make a perfect swing, the miss was still manageable. And now you'll see that in the last clip here that I have at me at the course. The last one here, of course, leaked to the right, you're going to see, but it was still playable and still in the fairway. And that's the biggest difference for me. With the other drivers, huge swing could turn into the biggest miss ever, and I'd have an OB or a lost ball. So I think the biggest lesson that I've learned here overall is it's pretty simple. Sometimes you don't need to upgrade something that already fits you. You really don't. This Paradym might not be the newest driver anymore, but the swing for me and the setup just seems to work. Now for the rest of my game is starting to improve. Having a driver back in the bag that I trust feels like a huge piece of the puzzle. For now, the Paradym is staying in my bag. Thanks for watching, everyone.